Today is March 7th, 2021. My name is Charles Suter. Today I'm presenting part 2 of Overcoming Oversensitivity. My main message is that you should strive to become neither over or undersensitive to criticism. Let me direct your attention to a very important quote by Tennessee Williams. Happiness is insensitivity. After you listen to this presentation, you will understand the wisdom in this phrase. Sensitivity refers to the ease by which a person gets his feelings hurt from the criticisms, rejections, and social slights of other people. How upset people get and how they respond to criticism, blame, and rejection determines how sensitive they are to the opinions or offenses of other people. It is possible for people to be too sensitive, meaning that they too easily have their feelings hurt. Another aspect of sensitivity is how people respond when their feelings get hurt. If the person with hurt feelings believes that other people are not okay and directly responsible for their hurts, they will likely respond with anger and aggression, seeking revenge and wanting to hit back in some meaningful way. On the other hand, if a person with hurt feelings believes that they personally are not okay, or something about them is deficient, then they will blame themselves and attempt to avoid further sources of social rejection. A healthy sensitivity is one where a person is, number one, not easily offended, number two, believes I'm okay and you're okay, and three, responds appropriately. Proposition 1. Everyone is sensitive to the opinions of others to some degree. Undersensitive people are not easily offended. They closely approach the goal here of happiness is insensitivity. However, oversensitive people respond to threats to their self-esteem either by over-responding, either outwardly or inwardly. Sensitivity is a response to any threat to one's self-esteem, i.e., one's self-worth, and their sense of competency. If you have a healthy self-esteem, then you are not easily offended by others. If you have a low self-esteem, then you are probably easily offended by others, and you will likely respond emotionally, depending upon whether you believe I'm not okay or other people are not okay, or in some cases both. If you believe that other people are not okay, then you will likely respond with anger and or aggression. If you believe that you're not okay, then you will likely respond with guilt and or self-condemnation. Proposition 2. People with weaker self-esteem react the most harshly to criticism by others, lashing out aggressively outward because they hold others to be responsible. This is the you're not okay belief. Condemning themselves inwardly because they hold themselves responsible. This is the irrational, I'm not okay. Only people with high self-esteem handle criticism without over-emotional distress. Oversensitivity is primarily a self-esteem issue, with overtones of irrational beliefs about the goodness of oneself and others. People with low self-esteem are the most sensitive to criticism and rejection. People with a healthy self-esteem are less threatened by the social slight or disrespectful behavior of others. People with high self-esteem do not easily get their feelings hurt, and if they do, then they handle their hurt feelings constructively by taking the initiative to talk out the issues with the offending party. However, people with a low self-esteem get overwhelmed, emotionally distraught, and consumed by their hurt feelings. And if they hold irrational feelings about themselves and others, then they will respond appropriately. Instead of talking things out with the offender, people with low self-esteem will either over-respond externally with indignation and anger, or internally with guilt and shame. Proposition 3. People with a stronger self-esteem respond to criticism constructively. They investigate and assess the merits of the criticism or offense, logically and rationally. They set aside their own personal biases and accept responsibility when appropriate. They also take corrective action when it's warranted. They also learn from their mistakes and strive not to repeat them. If you find that your feelings are hurt when others criticize you or suggest you or your behavior in some way deficient, then the long-term remedy is to work on improving your self-esteem. However, in the short term, you need to develop coping strategies such as 1. Forgiving offenders and mending previously broken relationships. 2. Avoiding incorrigible repeat offenders. 3. Programming new beliefs such as I'm okay and you're okay, and scripting positive affirmations such as I fully and completely accept myself and others, or nothing is either right nor wrong, but thinking makes it so. And finally, 4. Developing short retorts to criticism such as I make mistakes just like anyone else, but I take corrective action when I make them. I'm a person of good character and I strive to do my best under all circumstances. Or I'm a caring person, I have good intentions of doing what's right and honorable. People with high self-esteem are not quick to judge themselves or others, but after self-reflection, they heed the lessons to be learned from adverse situations, take appropriate corrective actions, and strive not to repeat past mistakes. My final message: respond constructively to criticism without reproach. That means going overboard. You can reduce your own sensitivity to criticism just by developing a healthy self-esteem and rational positive beliefs, such that I'm okay and you're okay. Once you learn to tolerate situations that deviate from your preferences and your self-imposed standards without sowing blame, accusations, and criticisms toward yourself and others, not only will your self-esteem and general sensitivity levels reach normal, healthy levels, but also you will suffer less hurt feelings, your relationships will improve, enabling you to win friends and influence people, and you'll become happier in your insensitivity. That's all for now. Remember to stay positive. You'll be happier, healthier, and live long.